It is January 31st, 2022. I am Ineedmorcowbell, and this is things that were interesting to me this week. This is actually the second time I've done this because didn't notice that the microphone wasn't on. At least I didn't get through it too far. Starting off with Phantasy Star Online 2 news. There really wasn't much of anything for this week. New week started of events, and that was basically not even events. It was just the winter event that's currently going on. It's just continuing from the last 2 weeks. It's got another week in it next week, so there'll be Stellar Grace stuff next week. I believe that's how it is. It's just like a point reset to collect and a new bit of things to get from Zayandi, like tiger outfits, because the New Year's tonight is Hiro Arai is doing the headline, so we'll see all the stuff coming out for February, specifically talking about Nadara's concert, like we had with Kuna back 1,000 years ago, supposedly, and also the new Dark Falls mission, urgent quest coming out also this month, and I think there's going to be a small level cap increase, five levels maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, very small things for PSO2. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. Over in Halo Infinite, I didn't even play this week because, you know what? It wasn't worth it to me. I didn't feel inclined to play it because there's still all these problems with desync and big team battle doesn't work properly. They had an update come out and it didn't fix anything 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. And so they came out with another update on the 28th. It's just a small thing. The main update patch is supposed to be coming mid-February. So hopefully that'll fix some problems. Like I was saying, the weekly reward was a bulldog skin, and I didn't really care about that at all. Especially because they had like the regular weekly challenges, and they also had attrition event weekly challenges, cyber showdown challenges that specifically told you to play for attrition. The problem with that is there's like 10 cyber showdown challenges last week, and there's only 10 levels in the event pass, the event battle season, the event season pass awards. And so there's also 10 this week. But again, there's only 10 levels. So I already unlocked everything last week, so what does it matter? You know, there's not going to be more stuff to unlock. If I don't know why they didn't just make the Cyber Showdown event 20 levels with things. I mean, money, right? Cost of money. They could have easily have done that. It would have been more exciting to play. I would have played. But you know what? I don't even think they make money just us being there. It's us wanting to play and put money into the system. Like an eyebrow or an eyelash or something getting in my way. Anyways, so there's that. Tomorrow should be the start of the Tenrai event. So we'll be able to get the last 10 items, right? There's 30 items total. I think I actually got all of them last week, right? I don't know. Last time the event was back in December. But there's it actually goes on for like 6 weeks. The event goes on for 6 weeks, but there's only 3 weeks of rewards to unlock. So that's not exciting. What was exciting is the trailer for the new Halo show popped up yesterday during the Rams game or the Chiefs game. I don't know, whatever was yesterday. I think both games were yesterday. But it showed up because of Paramount, right? It's on Paramount Plus, and I think one of the games was on CBS. So it showed up, and I haven't watched it yet, so don't spoil it for me. But I'll have a reaction video to when I see it. I already saw the teaser that they showed a month or so back, and it looked pretty good. Obviously, it's not like 100% faithful to the series, but you know what? 3 for 3 isn't 100% faithful to the series either. So hopefully that comes out and it looks great. There's already some information about like 2 of the showrunners left the series. One left before they started production, and another left now. They're still working on the graphics for it, the CGI. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it won't be Cowboy Beboppy, Netflixy. It's not a Netflix show. It's a Paramount Plus show. And Paramount did such a great job with Sonic. Could be a little better, but they did such a great job with Sonic. Hopefully, they'll continue doing a good job with Halo. Over on Apex Legends, the season is going to end tomorrow, I think it is. And so we'll start a new season, right? I don't know. There's a trailer for it. I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm missing a lot of things this last week. A little behind on the time. They did show off a trailer for the new character, which is an old character, which I would have hoped would have been a new character. It's Mad Maggie. It's Mad Maggie. I would have liked somebody else. I didn't mind her being like an environmental, outside of the ring, character. I thought that would have been nice. A little change up on things, little for events and stuff like that. A third party character outside the ring, messing around with people on the inside. But Blisk, right? He's just allowed to do whatever he wants, or allow people to do whatever they want to his games. I don't know the lore about it 100%, but I think they're all clones fighting each other, right? Fighting each other, fighting themselves and the same selves. But Maggie's a new character. I'll probably cut this part, but it doesn't matter. I would have just liked a new character and not a pre-introduced character. Like, I didn't even like when Ash came. I've gone on a rant about this for a long time in this video now, haven't I? But I didn't like rant. I didn't like rant. I didn't like Ash joining it because Ash is from Titanfall. Technically, Ash is a pilot, so she should be more athletically inclined than these jokers in the ring. Like, if they ever do introduce Cooper, which I don't believe they will, but if they introduce Cooper, it better be like a CPU that just goes in and kills everyone. I don't want to see Cooper joining into the game like they showed the pilot fighting Bangalore and her brother. I know they're supposed to be pilots, but you know what? They're not in gear. So I don't want to hear no crap about that. Oh, yeah. So going back to Halo, Sony bought Bungie, and it's okay, right? If this was 10 years ago, I would have been like, well, that's pretty crazy. They just left Microsoft, so Sony buys them up. And at that time, 10 years ago, Destiny was just coming out, and I already played it, and I was like, it's okay. It's not great. I like the atmosphere and stuff, though. But when they get the tweaks and stuff in it, when they work, get the old polish on it, I'll like it. And they never did. They never did. They released it as it was, and it was boring. I do not like first-person shooter games that have enemies that increase in level, or third-person shooter games that have enemies increase in level, and they just become bigger bullet sponges, like The Division or Destiny. Like, you got a gun, and then you just need a gun to be slightly. You're grinding for better gun equipment. I don't like that. That's something I didn't like about. I don't like about the Remnant either that I was playing. But Destiny was supposed to be a 10-year game, and they didn't follow through with that. Instead, after a few years, they're like, all right, everything that you played in Destiny 1 is scrapped. Nobody cares about that anymore. Destiny 1 doesn't exist because this is a prequel, and this is earlier in the timeline or something. And everything you did in Destiny 1, out the door. I feel like at this point in video games, if you make a 1 and then you make a 2, and it's a cohesive connection between them, there should be a connection, there should be story connection, there should be item in progress carryover type of connection. I don't like everything going back down to 0. I hate that. It makes you feel like it's like life. You do so well in your job, and then you start a new job, and you're back down to square one. Only problem is that's your choice. You made that decision because otherwise you can continue grinding out, or you can go and continue on your life at a new job and start back at 0. And we're all just Subaru, aren't we? So Sony bought Bungie, and I think for the most part, they bought Bungie just so somebody else wouldn't buy Bungie, Microsoft. That's really it, because they said we're going to keep allowing Bungie to make games and produce games, and we're going to be on a hands-off approach. So we're not going to have anything to really tell Bungie what to do. They might like fold Bungie into other gaming developments, other first-person shooters that they don't really have, because they don't really have like that aspect. They have a lot of story-driven third-person aspect, whereas whereas Microsoft has a lot of first-person shooter games now. Call of Duty, Halo, Doom, you know, Sonic Roboblast. So I don't care. It's interesting to me that it was done. It's like for $3.8 billion or something like that, which is funny because if Bungie was $3.8 billion, Bethesda was such a steal. Bethesda's such a steal, I feel like Bethesda has, you know what? That's what it is. Bethesda has like more larger scope games, whereas ActiveArt has more normie scope games. Like more general people will play those games, Overwatch and World of Warcraft, and like they have their dedicated fan bases already. I'm going off on a tangent. Let's move on to sports news. I don't really know the scores here, but I'm pretty sure, I believe the Bengals beat the Chiefs, which is hilarious. I was hoping the Chiefs would have won, and then Mahomes would have completely crapped the bed like he did last year against Tom Brady. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping for the Chiefs and the Bucks to play again, just because of them playing last year, and Tom Brady just completely destroyed Mahomes. But that's not going to happen because the Bengals won, right? That's who it was. The Bengals won. I don't know much about sports. I just know that Mahomes looks like a Muppet, and the Bengals are a joke. I heard a stat that said the last time the Bengals were in the playoffs was before cell phone texting existed. So that's something. And then after that, the Rams beat the 49ers, which I was hoping the 49ers would have won, just because I don't care about the Rams, because the Rams are a toxic Los Angeles team, just like the Clippers and the Lakers and the Chargers. It's the fans. I don't like the fans. I don't know. But I just don't like the Rams. But so that sucks. I hope they lose now. I'd rather have been 49ers and the Bengals, and then I didn't care who would win. But now I hope the Bengals win, but I don't really want the Bengals. I don't care about the Bengals winning, but mainly just so the Rams lose in their own home stadium, because the stadium, whatever it is, the LA Rams stadium is home game, so that's ridiculous for them to get it. Our Suns won last night. I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch any of these games. I was playing all day. I was streaming. Anime news. Jeez. What would I talk about with anime news? I haven't started any new anime. There's many that came out, but I've kind of went back to just watching old ones. Rewatching some just for whatever reason. Nostalgia, comfort purposes. I don't know the exact name but it's like the Showman Companion or Complex or something like that. This poor guy goes to a school where all the students are, of course, female. It's a female school, and they're all rich, and they're kind of sheltered and spoiled, and so they don't have any idea of the outside world. So they invited him to live there and go to school with them. So they are slowly, shown. What was the word I'm looking for? Slowly exposed. They're slowly exposed to commoner lifestyle. That's who he was. So, because after high school, at this prestigious all girls rich kid school. They go out into the real world and they have no way of dealing with it. You know, they can't deal with the trains, they can't deal with jobs. A lot of them become neats because they just get all engrossed in the video games and stuff like that. And I think it's just like a nightmare scenario. Like they would not they like how many times has this happened where they just like say, okay, you graduated with school and then you're out there in the real world. And I know that's exactly how it is, like in real life. You graduate school and like, well, you know what's out there, right? Not anything you experienced here. Don't worry, you don't need Pythagorean's theorem because you're stuck at McDonald's because you can't get a job or anything else. Not saying McDonald's is bad. We don't need to go into that, but because they even showed McDonald's in the anime. But I just thought, I was like, these are rich girls. You'd think that they would have something to do with their rich family, you know, or not work at all, or whatever. So it's such a weird scenario. Mild harem. It doesn't matter because the guy, they because of speaking to one of his close friends, she made a joke that he loves muscle guys, and so that's what they think. Because apparently, just a regular teenage guy around teenage girls is dangerous, but nobody knows that he likes muscle guys, so he's not physically active. But it doesn't matter because you know what? In most of these anime, they don't really have the guys in such a way that they pursue women. It's more like the guys are really shy, like all the time. It's kind of weird. And then when you see like one anime where the guy is interested, not even just interested, but he actually pursues a woman, it's almost off-putting and awkward. But like you feel that inside. It's not awkward on the show. Everything is, as is. It's just it doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right about it. Like watching Chinese anime. It looks like Japanese, but it doesn't sound like it. So I think that's all the interest. Oh no! Before I end, I was gonna say that was it, but I gotta look up the date on this. It might have been actually last week. Talk about anime and stuff like this, but 21st. It was over a Monday ago. But yeah, you know what? Louis Anderson passed away, and it's rough because Louis Anderson passed away, and Bob Saget passed away, and Norm Macdonald passed away. And when I was little, I used to watch their shows all the time. Louis Anderson had a cartoon that showed Life with Louis, and obviously everybody liked Bob Saget from Full House and uh, America's Funniest Home Videos. And then I used to I watched Norm Macdonald, but it was in the '90s, I think, when he was on Saturday Night Live. So I didn't watch it then. But when I was younger, they showed it on Cartoon Network, on Comedy Central. So old '90s episodes of Saturday Night Live was on Damn it, on Saturday Night Live, and so I used to watch Norm Macdonald all the time with that. So I a lot of what I enjoyed growing up were those three guys and their comedic values and their stand-ups and the performances and everything like that. And it's just sad that they're all dead, and they all died so close by each other. I mean, they all had terrible afflictions. Bob, we don't really know what happened to poor Bob Saget, but Norm Macdonald had cancer, and then Louis Anderson, I believe, had blood cancer. It's just rough. I mean, they're all in their 60s, I believe, right? I can't say that's a long life because it's not in the scope of how long people can live. But it's depressing. Like they meant more to me than Betty White. I know Betty people love Betty White, and she was a very friendly person, but like I watched them a lot more. Like any one of them, I watched a lot more. Whenever my mom watches a lot of Hallmark movies, and whenever the Golden Girls show up, because like they run out of program to watch. When the Hallmark Channel runs out of programs to put on their own Hallmark programs, they put on like a marathon of Golden Girls. And my mom goes, I can't watch this. She throws her hands up in the air. I don't know. It's funny that the oldest Golden Girl, I think, was only like 60 at the time. But that was stuff that was interesting to me this week. I might need more cowbell. I will talk to you next week. I stream. I should be streaming right now. I stream Mondays through Fridays, hopefully from 12 to 5 p.m. Maybe, or not. At night, whatever. Go and stop by. You guys have yourselves a good one. Take care.